the live.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, the people at Akai finally realized, well, you know what? Forget all these dumb outputs and all this other crap. You have to upgrade. Let's just put it all in a box. Good idea.
You got an extra set of headphones, extra set of cans there, and
I thought I had 4 here.
1, 2, 3, 4. No,
here you go.
3.
around the mobile.
Yeah, here we go. Live and direct, wreck.
Oh, that's your stabilizer. Okay.
Yeah. Oops, down. It's still on now. YouTube vids on.
Such a way.
Checking connection. Shit. All right.
Microphone check, microphone checker.
Oh yeah, we good? Yep.
These mics pick up everything.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Good old Lynn Collins. Pitch
Hell
now.
yeah.
Yo, that Chuck Brown flip?
That, yeah. You had a couple joints, man. I was over there like, oh shit. Lay off the edge of the futons.
You know,
Sheesh.
yo, that Chuck Brown flip, I could not find that record to save my life. Like, I don't know why. And like 2 weeks ago, I was at Joe's and somebody dropped the 45 off. I was like, "Yo, Johnson, how much you give this to me for?" He's like, "Man, I don't know. I think it was like $3 or something." Because I had an idea for it, and some would always run through my head. I'm like, "Damn, this is a vicious record. Like, why hasn't anybody tried to flip this? Like, there's sounds on it. You got a snare, you got a hi-hat." I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, and then the drums, I went to see Diamond D down at this record store.
Exchange?
Yeah, no,
Recently?
Out in
Yeah.
Tyson's.
Yeah.
Records and Rarities.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I never even I was like, a record store in Tyson's?
Yeah.
And my man was like, yeah, it's
Brand
real.
new.
And
Yeah.
I ain't get to make it out there either.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't have to work on Saturday afternoon. I was like, I'll make it. And I went down there and I found the drum break I've been looking for forever that I could not find. Props to DJ Iron, because he actually it was him. It was either him or Zach. I forget which one it was, but they were like, yeah, that drum break is such and such, and I listened to it. And I was like, I gotta find that record because I've seen it 100 times, and it was a Cosmos record.
Gotcha.
It was
that chord, bro. That chord is that chord looked like a tooth that need to be pulled.
Yo.
Oh, man. Donate. Do I have an extra?
Yeah, I'm shamefully ignorant of music, but
You gotta put it
buried
in.
in yours was a real fascinating ecology there. There's all kinds of different stuff.
Yep.
Different time periods and whatnot. I could identify, the regions and when it came from, but I don't know who it is.
Okay.
But that was great to listen to. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
That was
I
class.
appreciate it. I really appreciate
That
it.
was class because there was a lot of
Class
stuff
yeah.
going on. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've worked real hard to try to do my own thing because people come from here, but there's nothing like I want you to be able to ride around in your car listening to that CD and be like, this sounds like the area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very much.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I did. I mean, I remember DC in the '90s, man. It was like a whole another world. You know what I mean? Even like Silver Spring in the '90s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of abandoned buildings.
I used to hook school and go up there to go to the mall. What was it, City Place?
Yeah, City Place.
Yeah,
City
it's
Place was
totally
popping back
different.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was live. You get robbed.
Hold up, we live. Never mind. Let's leave that where we leave that with the jazz hands. Like, nah. Yo, but yeah, we used to go up that joint because I went to McKinley Tech
Oh, okay.
in DC. So yeah, we catch a day. We go over here and see some.
I went to
That's
Blair,
right.
so we'd walk down to City Place.
Remember the Timeout Arcade? That was the spot.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 drop. Man, I was an arcade junkie.
And that's funny because I just picked up the Sega because they had Mortal Kombat like 1, 2, and 3 on it. Ooh. And you can play the old games on it too. Like
nice.
Old retro
They fixed
games.
that.
Yep.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, I gotta snatch that up.
Yeah, see, I'm like, yo, I found one place over in Bladensburg that has Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and Street Fighter Champion Edition. It's a pizza joint. And they don't have the boxes turned on, but I need to go in there and be like, hey, yo, like, there's just,
Litos?
No, it's a place called Pizza Oven.
Oh.
And it's been there since like the 50s. And I, because
Where is it in Bladensburg?
Best kept secret.
Off East West Highway.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you make a left off of Bladens or Kenilworth on the east west, and you go about 2 blocks on the right hand side, a little shopping center.
I would consider that Riverdale. Would you?
Yes.
You can say it's Riverdale.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, they got the meanest pizza on earth in there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Those boxes aren't turned on. Tell them I'll give you $100 for each of them, and if you can get them turned back on again, you can sell them for a lot more than that.
There like
oh no, I
Ralph.
keep those things in my apartment. I keep them in my apartment.
Oh, ham hands.
There we go.
Yeah.
What up?
Yo, these mics, these joints.
All right. Welcome to the podcast. My office hours are. I got some special guests in the building. I got 3 cameras looking at me right now. Black Mav,
Greetings, Black Mav here.
Professor MD,
Peace. Professor M, MD. Peace.
Bob.
Come on, Bob.
Just say your whole name, man.
My name is Roberto Gato Echenique. You can call me Bob, Bobcat, hey you, move it, whatever. Damn it. I respond to damn it a lot.
Wow.
Hey,
So-
you move it online too.
Bob is an artist, and you can see some of his artwork behind me. Like, I want to discuss I think painters and photographers have the same issue musicians have as far as promoting their artwork. I want to discuss, navigate that line of where we have the commonalities of where we can help each other with promoting each other's work.
Okay.
So let's start with what you actually do.
I do painting, steel sculpture. I do painting, steel sculpture. Those flowers right there. Solid steel, most romantic weaponry you can legally buy. And I do illustration for a magazine that I write and draw called Atlas de los Muertos. Kind of a my elevator pitch. It's my National Geographic style illustrated news magazine covering the overlap of the world between the living and the dead.
Wait, what?
It is my. All right. Let me slow this down.
Oh, yeah. Slow it down. God damn.
So I write and draw
Top of the break.
a magazine
Uh-huh.
called
I got that
Atlas
part.
de los Muertos, and it is my National Geographic style illustrated news magazine that
Uh-huh.
covers the overlap of the world between the living and the dead.
Explain that.
Uh,
What's the overlap? Because I don't understand that.
so there are ghost stories.
Oh, okay.
You see things like the ghost bikes, if you're riding around, those bikes on the side of the road where someone was hit and killed, roadside memorials where there are car
Right.
accidents, things like that, and where they sort of integrate into our mythology and then stuff I make up with it.
Okay. Are these? Do you do the illustrations and the actual writing for the story?
Yeah, I tried to write and draw comics. It's about 2005. They were really bad. I just threw out the last of them that I was embarrassed to find I still had. So I'm a better journalist than I am a comics writer.
Okay. Where can people find the Los Muertos?
You can find them on atlasdelosmuertos.tumblr.com. You can buy PDFs of them on Gumroad for $2.
Okay.
Email me and I'll send you one.
What is Gumroad?
Gumroad is a digital publishing platform that comics folks, writers, artists, photographers, music. It's just another digital publishing platform that you can upload your files to and people can buy them and download them.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Gumroad.com.
Gumroad.
Well, you know what? You're the first person outside of people who do porn to have a Tumblr page, because I don't know anybody who has a Tumblr page. You're amazing.
I'm safe for work.
Usually, you gotta when you go to Tumblr, you gotta have 2 logins. One is sent to your email. Okay, you can log in now with this password.
I'm just trying to look at matures, man. What's the big deal?
Right?
Yeah, I only know because I have friends who go to Tumblr.
That's right.
All right, so we had some very interesting things happen last weekend. We had Kanye at the White House.
Yes, we did.
I'd like to know everybody's thoughts on that fuckery. As you can see, you already know what I think about it, but
Yeah, I was about to say my face is kind of similar to yours, but I really the crazy thing, because I always want to play devil's advocate, and maybe there's an angle there. I don't know if it's almost like his angle is to spook the set by the door. I'm gonna get good with you, and then I'm gonna fuck around and bring everybody I'm cool with. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And you're not really cool with anybody now, or
Right.
the people that you are is yes men. So rocking that MAGA hat, and I'm good with it. I wound up seeing a post on Instagram though, and somebody was like, I'm done with Kanye. I'm taking his albums off my phone. And I was kind of reading the post like, you still got his albums on your phone? Like, I don't know. Everybody's got a different amount of tolerance.
you know what? I can separate the artist from the coonery.
That's true.
I'll still listen to Kanye's first 3, but he honestly, if he was still making great music, probably I wouldn't care.
But it makes you wonder, like, did he really... You remember Undercover Brother, where they had the General Fried Chicken? He had the fried chicken. It's like he had a bucket of fried chicken and whatever serum's taking effect, because that doesn't reflect the first 3 albums at all. You get what I'm saying? So who knows what the angle is? It's not must-see TV, but you got to wait and see what's up.
It's not. Prof?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't pay attention to him. Never did, never will, because I'm in the records and I'm trying to pay bills. So whatever he's doing, he has a platform to be an idiot. So go ahead and waste your ability and on doing some nonsense. So props to you if you're able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Good, you know what I mean?
Hey.
This Michelob's for you, Kanye. Bob El Gato.
He's very theatrical, and maybe it's all like his performance art, and he's just exploring a whole new way to drum up publicity for himself, or he really believes his own bullshit and he's bananas. And it's hard to tell with performance artists with that sort of theatrical, he's doing some interpretive dance in a Fiji water bottle on Saturday Night Live.
I didn't even watch that performance. You didn't see that? He dressed as a Fiji water bottle.
It was like I did. My background is theater production. I did theater in DC for about 20 years, like the backstage side of it. That's where I learned to paint and do all this stuff. And so, like, I've seen performance artists do some really weird things on stage in the name of art, and it doesn't reflect their personality. They're just exploring a concept in space to music, and maybe that's what he was doing, and just seeing how the world's going to react to it, or he really believes his own shit. And it's
very convincing.
It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell.
Do you guys watch battle rap?
No, I don't.
Nah.
Well, there's a battle rap artist, a battle rapper by the name of Daylight.
Okay.
I heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
Daylight is
I saw that.
an antics battle rapper.
Yeah.
Like, he does all types of stupid shit in the middle of a battle rap. Like,
showing on your mom.
yeah, no, well, he actually dropped his pants and took his shit in the middle of a battle rap on stage.
Yeah.
That's Kanye.
It doesn't mean
Kanye is the Daylight of the music recording industry.
Now.
He took his shit on on the floor of everybody who bought his album. That's what he did.
You got a point.
Wow.
Oh, glad I...
Shout out to Daylight.
It's a good analogy.
It doesn't mean it's good.
Clue
Doesn't mean
bombs.
I'm going to spend a dime on it.
Right.
But some of the earlier music that comes through on Pandora, sure, I'll listen to it.
Wow. Pandora. You still listen to Pandora?
Yeah, fits my budget.
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah, okay, all right.
There it is. Let's
Free
go.
99.
Let's go. Yeah.
Well, you know Spotify does free too.
I'm lazy.
Okay.
No battery life though. The Pandora fucking kill your battery. This shit lasts for 27 minutes.
Dog, I listened to Pandora when it first came out. It was amazing. I was like, how do you guys read my thoughts of what I want to hear next?
Yeah.
Then Spotify, then a monster came out.
Kill it.
Actually, Spotify just bought Pandora.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for $2 billion.
Wow.
See, so I listen to Spotify now, apparently.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Apparently.
So there is music and there is money in music.
Yeah.
I think there's more money now than ever before.
The question is how to get a hold of it.
Yeah, because it's moving around in certain circles. So how do you go and snatch some of that?
Right. How do artists? How do you set the tone to sell these?
If I'm lucky, word of mouth. I mean, just getting this gallery show in New York took 20 years. I've been rejected from a lot of galleries. I've been told, "Oh, your stuff is unmarketable. It's all over the place," and all of that was true. All that was very true.
Okay.
So, I try and take the advice of all of them. I've honed it and narrowed it down to some of this, and then it's put it up wherever I can. Because getting into an acceptable gallery, like a mainstream, not like the Smithsonian, but some of the smaller galleries you see, every time they have a call for entry, just to apply is $40. So you apply to 10 galleries, you're lucky if you get in one of them. You've just spent $400 before you've sold a thing. And maybe you're lucky to sell a painting for $500. Gallery is going to take 40% of that.
Jesus.
So, I have to try and price my work high enough that I can pay my mortgage,
Right.
but not so high that I'm throwing money that it will never sell.
Have you ever thought about doing your own show?
I'd love to. I would absolutely love to, but who's going to come out to my house?
You don't know that.
You know what I mean? So it's a toss up for me. So like I've sold smaller stuff at conventions, like anime conventions, comic conventions. I'll sell a little stuff here and there, but if I were to like, my house isn't big enough for a show to start with, but if I were to rent like a Knights of Columbus hall for an evening, that's a pile of money I've got to set aside again to risk for the chance to maybe sell something. And if I do, that'd be awesome.
Right.
So this gallery show that I've got next weekend is great for me because it's free. It didn't cost me a thing to get in. So I'm burning gas and tolls getting up there. I'm able to stay with friends and family in the city during the show, and so if I sell one painting, I'm good.
Word.
So that's how I try to.
Right.
That's the long way of how I'm trying to eat off of the canvas.
Well, I think you have a lot in common with independent artists because they're trying to be heard and sell their music as well. Wouldn't it be great to have like a venue? I think there is some venues where there is artists and artwork. Doesn't Raw Artists do something like that? You ever heard of Raw Artists?
I've heard the name before, but no, I don't. I haven't done that. There was Super Art Fight is a great example. It's a competitive. It's like if you imagine people drawing comics live right in front of you, mixed with a wrestling match. So people get dressed up in costumes. They got the personalities, but it's a live stage event, and then they have in between, fight 1 and fight 2, they have musicians come out, or they'll have a DJ set. So I'm really hoping to see
This is here?
here in the DC
never
Baltimore
heard of
area.
I never heard of that.
Wow.
Superartfight.com.
Superartfight.com. Bookmark this, whatever.
Gumroad, Super Art Fight.
Yeah. Damn.
I was also a teacher a little bit, so if I dump knowledge real fast, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Art teacher?
Theater.
Okay.
Theater tech. But that was a great example of independent music, independent art, live in front of an audience. So I'm hoping to see, if you have a music show, a rap show, anything like that, have live art being made on stage behind you. Not with spray cans or something like that, but big canvas, rollers, brushes, big fat markers, more of that. And then in between sets, cut it down, sell it. Right there.
Right.
Spray cans may be dope though.
If it's outdoors.
Yeah,
No.
I was about to say,
Just everybody wear a mask.
it's not about
crowd?
Yeah.
It's about the overspray. It's about the overspray because once whatever paint doesn't hit that canvas, it's in the
Gonna
air.
go somewhere.
And then it'll end up on your gear and your eyes.
In my lungs.
Yeah.
I got asthma, so yeah, I can't.
Oh
can't do
yeah.
that.
I ain't got to ask.
Now,
Yeah.
to let everybody know, this is actually my first time meeting Bob in person. You actually paint to you have hip hop in the background when you're painting. You have,
This is what I listen to when I make this.
right.
Dope.
All
Thank
the time.
That's what's up.
So for me, I'm like, I get to meet these people. This is fucking awesome.
Word.
That's tight.
Word.
We really appreciate it, man.
I really do, and I never would have known
No,
because you never really know.
That's true.
You know.
right? Like, I think in terms of art, the world is very small. Like, you have all walks of life of people in art. And when I mean art, I mean theater, I mean music, I mean photography. Like, artists are the most what's the word I'm looking for?
Hungry, resourceful.
Resourceful. Resourceful. Even if you're not outgoing in your what's the opposite of outgoing?
Introverted.
Introverted. Like, your art still speaks for you. Like, if you're deaf and you're a painter, your art still speaks for you.
I hear that.
That was good. That was
Oh,
really good.
thank you.
Bars.
On the spot. On the spot.
He out here.
We here. But I think once artists come to the intersection where we can all meet, I think the world would just be crazy. Because right now everybody's doing photography shows, rap shows,
That is true.
painting. Like,
Yeah,
what you just said was the first time I've heard everything brought together under one roof.
Yeah, like Voltron.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about dressing up as Hulk Hogan and doing.
You're missing out.
Backyard wrestling.
Listen here, brother.
Before you get on stage, you got to sign a waiver.
Right?
Wait a minute, brother.
It's cadmium red. Oh yeah.
Ted DiBiase.
But no, I know for Raheem Devine, when he does shows,
Yes.
he'll have a painter. And
Yes.
then
He'll have Picasso.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was an open mic spot that used to be up here too, and they'd have like different painters come through, and it was called Wednesday Versus. So they still do it in Richmond on a Tuesday, but you show up and a bunch of like folks will actually hit the stage, and while that's happening, they'll have a painter to the side, and they
Right.
do whatever, and then at the end of the night they present it
Nice.
So the
like this, and it'll be on sale or whatever. Yep.
the difference between a painter and a producer, you're still producing something, but sometimes you don't need anybody else to sell that painting. A producer might need a rapper on a beat to like, I'm not saying you guys have it easy, but you guys have an advantage over a producer in some instances.
In some instances.
You don't need anybody else.
Yeah, because if you hear a beat, sometimes the beat really doesn't speak to you till you hear the idea of
Right.
further thinking
Right.
from it. Where a lot of times, whether it's abstract art or whatever, when you visualize it, the person that sees it, if it catches their eye, it does for a particular reason. So
Exactly.
Well, for me, nothing I heard tonight was incomplete. Nothing I heard was incomplete. So.
maybe I don't need to fix some of that stuff.
So, but here's the thing: is what you make the product, or a tool to make a further product with, adding lyrics on top of that. I may be satisfied with it just as it is, and it may be
True.
incomplete for you. So this, for my stuff, I may be perfectly satisfied with it as it is, but they may be like, it needs to be framed. It needs to be.
I get what you're saying.
Need glass in front of it. It needs to be. It needs this. And if they, I might not even like what they want to do with it.
True.
But if they want to give me $1,000 for it, okay.
So in music, in hip hop especially, people say minimal is better. Sometimes. Does that same thing go for painting? Like, I have no idea how, like, is there such thing to overpaint, to overproduce a painting?
You can start to do things that become unnecessary, and then it begins to take away from it. It becomes a distraction.
Right.
A visual distraction.
Okay.
So I guess you could say that. There are some things where I'll be like painting at it, and it's just not getting anywhere. I'm like, this isn't going to get any better. I'm going to put it down for a week. And I might come back to it and go, nah, it's actually done.
Like a producer.
Yeah.
I've had tracks where I'll work on it one day. Like, let's say I come home on a Saturday and I'm playing with some records. I have a good drum break. I have some samples, and I come back to it an hour later. I'm like, I just delete the samples, keep the drum break, use a different record, make something different, keep it moving. If it's too stagnant, then I just delete it.
So your best. People always love the beats that you delete.
Yep.
Like it's always
That's true.
It's always beat number 9 on your beat tape that people like. It's not like 1, 2, or 3. It's always beat number 9. Yo, what is that? Like, damn, I just put that as an interlude. I ain't want you to rap on.
Yep. So that's kind of speaking to what you said as far as producers maybe thinking it's finished or not finished. Sometimes in the world of production, I'll come forth with an idea, and then depending on who collaborates on it or who hears it, lets me know the next step it needs to take, or depending on the project it's on. Like, sometimes I'll do a project and it'll follow a narrative where it might just be all instrumental music, but it doesn't necessarily mean that song doesn't need a lead instrument or something to kind of spice it up and just take it home instead of just a loop playing. And that's the good thing about the way his production is. You get so much at one time, and it's not redundant. You get what I'm saying? Because some people, they just playing beats, and it's not a diss to them, but stuff like that really can't go anywhere without having someone else on it to open that up. But if you're doing instrumental composition, it's like everything's there when you get it. So.
Yeah, like
my opinion, of course.
If you get in the habit of making things and then letting them sit and then letting them sit and letting them sit, it's like you're never gonna get anything done. So it's like I just got in the habit over the years of just getting it done almost as quick as possible, and then just leaving it alone. And then if I go back to it and I don't like it, even if it's complete, then I'll take that as a lesson learned and say next time you gotta be quicker in making something.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like strength training in a way.
Try that.
Yeah, because if it gets too stagnant, you're gonna get bored making beats. Like
be loafing.
Right. One of my homies hasn't made a beat.
I'd be loafing, Joe.
Yo,
Straight up.
one of my homies hasn't made a beat in 5 months, and I'm like, wow. He's like, I'm just not motivated.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, I mean, like, not 5 months, but I mean, a week can go by, and I'm just like, all right. But then when I sit there, it's like, all right, like I might do one dud, but where you said you throw stuff away, I learned not to. I'll keep it because I've come back and I was like, oh, when you did the MOP joint, I was like, damn, we could play them. I was like, man, the De La joint I would have played, because that was a joint that I threw away, and then I winded up finding like a couple of video game samples, and it's I'll let you hear the track. That joint is crazy. Like you ain't supposed to say that about your own shit, but it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean,
because it's like you don't really know where it's going. Like when it gets to Doom again, is just kind of trail off like, oh, the song's over, and then just it's one of them beautiful accidents, Bob Ross type shit.
That some of the craziest stuff I ever made was on accident. Like for real. Like I'm sitting there playing with a sample, and it's like I turn around, my elbow hits the pad, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not where it's supposed to go. Or it doesn't make sense, but I'll make it make sense, and then it just comes out nuts. Just just unorthodox.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier. Madlib has there's a video of Madlib getting interviewed on YouTube where he says he samples from YouTube. Just want to know what you guys think.
It's good with me. Shit, me too. Shit. I'm straight with that. With a couple of joints I played tonight. Hey, thank you, YouTube.
I like. Had that been anybody else, like regular Joe Blow producer,
I can't
like,
say that.
They would have got 1,000 mentions.
I said it. What? What you gonna do? Find out what it was.
You stupid.
Just give me a credit. That's all. If you steal my work, just put my name just on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Hey, if it makes some noise, I definitely will like seek you out. Hey, bro. You know, so and so. Use the joint. Do you mind if let's work out something? Because it'll be worth your while. Like if I'm getting at you about clearing the joint.
Hold on, you talking about the person that uploaded the song to YouTube?
No, I'm talking about the person I sampled.
Oh.
The person that uploaded, man.
They don't count.
Edit this out.
Hold on. You're gonna actively tell somebody that you sampled their record and
depending on what I'm doing with it, if it can fetch some money, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I clear it, but
because I was about to say, did you notify Anita Baker?
So strong. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did Anita Baker get an email?
You gotta holler at Beast about that. I don't know nothing about that.
No comprende.
Right? Bob, what's your name again?
Geronimo.
There you go. There it is.
Oh shit! I sent that email.
Safe word, right? Safe word, Geronimo.
If you missed it earlier,
no, don't believe this
dude here.
Don't believe this guy.
Though Mike Geronimo was a Native American rapper.
Hey man, we ain't had cable, man. I ain't have district cable vision back in the day. So it was whatever I heard. Somebody gave me a dub. I was like, oh word, dude, you know he on it. My bad.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
man.
god.
Hey,
it's all good.
One thing I envy about the music work that I've seen from all of you is that when you have something that even if you don't like it very much and you can sit on it for a while, if it's a digital file, as long as you've got hard drive space, you can just pile it on forever. As long as you keep it organized and you can find it again. Like this kind of stuff, you know, it takes up space. I've probably painted over a few of these.
But you know
3 or
what?
4 times.
You could digitally scan this and put this on a shirt, and this would be crazy.
you really would.
This would be a crazy T-shirt.
Yep.
And it's a different it's a different medium and works a different way. But like, let's say I only like the lower left corner of that. You might only like 4 or 5 seconds out of a 30-second clip that you make, and you can pull that out. I can't really like slice that out and then slap that into something else as easily. Is that
right?
That's where I was.
I get
you could do it digitally.
And it's
Is that selling out for a painter? Making a digital replica of their painting and selling it?
Anyone who says otherwise will be cut. It's just another tool. There's in the art world, there's a lot of fuss, especially in like the illustrator comics communities. A lot of fuss. Oh, you're drawing with a tablet. Like, yeah, it looks really good though. And if that's what people want, makes them happy, great. Power to you.
Hold on. People still drawing on paper?
Mm-hmm.
I thought everybody used Illustrator.
I don't.
Don't all it?
I don't. I do. My wife does. She does comics and illustration. A lot of work digitally. It's part of her process. I use almost none at all. I just pen and brush, paper.
You are the Bob Ross of Hyattsville.
With a motorcycle.
Yes.
Biker Bobcat on
and we're
Instagram.
gonna put some clouds right here.
The M birds.
Right. But this should be on a shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it tonight.
Oh shit.
You know, Superman can get bought too.
Yeah.
I love that.
To be honest, I actually want to send that to him because I want him to sell it and hopefully raise some money for the work that he does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If he co-signs it, make a T-shirt.
Sure.
And you can hook me up with an XL, and we're good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need a 2X. My damn shoulders ain't gonna fuck that XL up.
Yeah, I stopped taking steroids, so I'm back down to the XL. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got off the juice.
I'm just pledging.
Wow.
Orange juice. The orange juice.
This podcast is taking a turn.
Man, who's driving?
Damn.
But like
Shit made a left.
with this whole live art, live music thing, there's a balance between commodification of what you're doing and expression and creativity. So finding that balance, with like the stuff I make, the stuff you make, how you can monetize it enough, but not monetize it to the point where it loses artistic value.
Right.
True.
So like if get a bunch of people together, charge a cover fee, auction some art, that sort of stuff, but not, and then stream it live for anyone who wants it for free. So it's like there's that balance between not selling out, but getting greedy and sustaining yourself.
I don't have a problem with people making money off their art. I have no problem at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
and I used to be the biggest backpacker on earth. Like, if you were making any money, you ain't shit to me. You know what I mean? So that was like
and then you got bills.
right. Exactly.
And then bills came.
Exactly, because I'm gonna tell you what you realize when you get older is it has nothing to do with like making money. Wearing gold, that's cool. But as long as you don't compromise what you're doing to get that, if someone comes and says, I like those beats, I'll pay you $1 million, they're yours, give me a check.
Yeah.
Right.
But if someone says, we want you to put an 808 hi-hat and we want you to have a guy with auto-tune on, no, I'm not doing that.
Hold up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'll keep it
808.
moving.
I might do that.
Some guy singing auto-tune all over your track.
Shit.
Sound like a cat drowning underwater. You want that?
I mean, I'm not gonna knock all auto-tune because if you have somebody like Roger Troutman, that's auto-tune. Like
That's a vocoder.
Well,
That's a difference.
all right. So what if somebody had a vocoder be a different story?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Because look, vocoder.
Some people can't afford vocoders. They gotta use the
Plug in.
yeah.
They better get creative. They better get creative.
The auto-tune plug in.
Oh shit. I would work with T-Pain. If
I damn sure would.
if I could do boom bap and him do auto tune
Yeah.
over boom bap beats,
Shit.
I would jump on that in a heartbeat.
See, that's not a compromise.
Mr. Payne,
See,
sir?
because you're doing what you love to do. You're not compromising it. He's just doing what he does, and you're getting paid. They're not saying change your sound up in order to work with them. So that's different, and that's what I'm saying.
So where does changing your sound and adapting come in?
That 808 hi-hat. That did it.
There are a ton of rap songs with 808s.
Not an 808
right.
hi-hat, though.
Okay.
But all right, maybe 808's a bad example, but
Nah,
but
I'm
like
just busting.
if you're
I know
like,
what you mean, though.
Yeah, it's like if someone comes to you with a check and that disturbs how you feel about your music because you have to change it.
They want you to make Laffy Taffy remix.
Right. Then you're a sellout and you don't get props from me.
Shit.
Especially but I mean
But
I understand.
Let me ask you this.
What's that?
When we leave here, I got a joint that I flip not flip, but I remixed a Millie by Wayne. You know the song, right?
No.
You gotta hear
True backpacker.
it. You gotta hear it.
I'll hear it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you gotta know the original, and then you hear what I did with it, then you feel like that's a sellout. You gotta hear it first. Don't make the.
Well,
I'll hear it. I'll hear it.
As a backpacker, how do you rate Lil Wayne as a rapper?
I think his earlier stuff is real creative, and as time goes on, it sounds more redundant, and it doesn't sound like he's being creative anymore. It just sounds like he's just doing whatever will sell tracks. So it's like once you get to that point where like I'm listening to you, and that might be because everybody else who wanted to sound like him did, and they started making tapes and songs and everything. But it's like once the creativity gets away from what you're doing and then you sound like everybody else, I lose interest.
I got you.
Because if you're not saying anything I can relate to, then I don't listen to you. Like if you talk about riding on yachts, I don't have a yacht. You know what I mean? That's not me. So it's like if you're talking about that type of stuff,
I like this guy.
yeah. I
Hold on. You listen to MOP.
Of course.
Do you rob people every night?
No, but I grew up. No. But see here, that's different though because
waiting for that answer.
No. I grew up around a bunch of live people, so I know about that life. I'm not the one out there with a gun or anything, but it's like that energy those guys put out. You could tell they're real dudes. So like I listen to real dudes. Like if you're out there and you're talking about killing people and you're going to the bakery like after that making cupcakes and wearing yoga pants, like no, don't do that.
The MOP comparison is done right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like if you're a real dude and you're making real music, you could tell. You could listen to somebody and say, okay, that guy's not lying about what he's talking about. You could tell he's been there. He might not be doing it now, but you could tell he's experienced that. Okay. You know, but like it's the same thing. Like these guys, most of these guys who talk about yachts and riding limos, you're riding around in videos and renting cars or renting gold chains with rented boats. Like it's all part of their budget.
Yeah, but it's entertainment.
Yeah, and to a degree, like the way that hip hop started, it kind of paid homage to. Let me talk about what I don't have until I get it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where that was born out of. Is it kind of redundant?
And the rappers looked up to the hustlers and hung around the hustlers.
Exactly. Right.
And that's who bankrolled some of the studio sessions.
Yep. But see, back then they were doing it in a creative way. Now it's not creative, just a gimmick. It's like you could take any average guy off the street, put him in a shiny suit, dye his hair, and have him talk about certain subject matter, and then all of a sudden he's the next big thing.
It's been commodified.
Correct.
Dye his hair. What color?
I don't know.
Just one.
Solid platinum. How about that?
There we go.
Takashi 6ix9ine this.
Oh my goodness. Man, I haven't even heard that guy's music. I seen a picture of him and I was like, I'm not interested.
Yo, honestly,
I can dig it.
Honestly, on Takashi, when he raps, he reminds me of Sticky Fingers.
Oh man.
No, really.
Yo man, is this thing on?
I'm over here.
None of y'all have ever listened to 6ix9ine rap.
Nope.
He sounds exactly like Sticky Fingers. He's just rapping over 808s. I'm not lying. If I'm lying,
I'll have to look it up.
Probably won't.
you
I haven't heard him, so I can't.
Right.
Yeah, I
yes or
haven't
no.
either. So
Yeah.
you know.
If you had never heard of Takashi 6ix9ine, close your eyes.
That can't even be in my incognito page. Like I'm not searching for that shit.
Yo,
I don't even want that in my YouTube search.
No, like I'm a music guy, so I listen to everything, whether it's commercial, backpack, whatever. I listen because I DJ.
Yeah.
If I DJ everything that I loved, the dance floor would be fucking empty.
That's why I stopped DJing because you can't play what you want to play. You have to play what they want you to play, and that's like one of the big reasons why I got into production because I like what I like. You know. So,
well,
you know what I mean?
another part of the job of a DJ is to make people dance.
That's right.
And the problem that I have with some boom bap producers is nobody wants to be in the club head bopping all night with a chick. People go to the club to dance.
That's true.
Whoa.
That's true.
Pause.
Pause.
You know what I mean.
Say, what is he talking
But
about?
nobody wants to head nod all night.
That's true.
Like
I get what you're saying.
Like
I'm picking what you're
if producers really cared about commercial music being all trap, why don't you make something that people can dance to? You can still use sampled music. You can still sample music and make a club beat. Everything doesn't have to be boom. Every beat doesn't have to be that.
That's true.
That's true.
Like in the 90s, there were sampled R&B songs that I could play all night.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Boom bap producers stopped making those beats, so there was no alternative for DJs to play. But that's when the trap music came in.
But think about this too, though. You got to consider the consumer. Most of the consumers, if you go to most parties, people don't dance anymore, really.
People still dance.
Not really.
People still dance.
People are more so on their phone, posing. And I know for the times that I go to clubs, it's like, oh, we here, we sitting on this sofa, and we blah, 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 and dudes is trying to bag whoever. But it might be them two drunk people, and they doing the footloose across the floor, but it ain't no full-out house party. Everybody
I see clubs packed with people dancing.
I'm talking about like as a main thing. Like before, when we was growing up, no matter what party you went to, it was jumping.
Dope.
Yep.
If you go to 14th and Park this Saturday, I guarantee you, they're not gonna be unless certain stuff come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get you hyped, but it's like all music isn't necessarily music that you dance to.
But
or you supposed to be dancing to it and they don't. It's more of like a chanting kind of thing. Like, let's get hype and we doing all this shit, but that ain't
Right.
that ain't sweating. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying, producers stopped making sample-based dance music.
Yeah. I mean, but who really makes? I mean, outside of.
And
I mean, because
that's why
music.
That's why I can't knock Jermaine Dupri.
No,
because Jermaine Dupri kept people on the dance floor when you played anything from Jermaine Dupri in the '90s,
and probably
from Drew Hill,
yeah,
Mariah Carey, like his stuff, Money Ain't a Thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like chicks danced off, put it in your mouth.
People dance to now.
True.
Though.
Chick danced off, put it in your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. But everybody.
That was a club hit.
The first time I heard that was at Soul Camp, and I think it was Dirty Hands who dropped that record, and the whole place was going crazy.
We was at the same places.
I bet.
Soul Camp.
Yeah.
It was at the Hung Jury.
That's right.
The lesbian strip club.
That's right. I went there for Soul Camp.
Me too. Yeah.
You know, I don't know nothing about that stuff. Yeah. I might pass for it. You know, put
Tumblr.com.
You know what I mean?
on Gumroad. But yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, you think about now the way that dance music is now. That's shit that they play in spin class. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. And it's like, come on, man. Like, what am I? Like, that's four on the floor shit. It might as well be.
No, see, there's a difference between sample music that you could dance to in house.
True.
Like, you're going from 92 BPM to 120.
Yep.
I'm talking about something from 95 to 97 beats per minute.
That
like,
makes people dance.
Chubb Rock, Treat 'Em Right. That's perfect.
But give me a song of today that fits that same.
A sampled song?
No, just any song in general that would get people dancing.
Yeah, most people are like that. Most of the beats
There's not really a lot
like
of
65.
songs like that unless it's like a Chris Brown song.
But that's
like,
what I'm saying. That's why I got to come back to the producers. Like, stop complaining and make some fucking music that people can dance to and not nod their heads all night.
I don't believe, because I mean, even if you do, it's been songs that were made like "Run It," Chris Brown, "Run It."
Yeah,
that's a song that has that tempo that you're talking about.
People dance to "Run It."
A lot of liquor, yeah.
No, I used to DJ. People used to dance to "Run It."
I'm just saying, for the way that amongst over all clubs, it's a bigger consensus that doesn't dance when they go out.
Right, and that it was the same back then though. There was still people too cool for school to dance.
But not everybody. Even ugly people now ain't dancing. It's like, come on, man. Y'all was the main ones keeping the party truck. Fuck out of here. Just saying.
The chick with the one ball spot. You know what I mean?
I mean, not like that. But it was just.
Like, what's the BPM for One More Chance? One More Chance used to be my go-to.
And that was actually.
And that was pretty slow.
Yeah, it was pretty slow. But if you think about now, like. Take a gander, like when you really think, like you be like people be dancing, but look at the dance floors when you go, and you'll see people on the dance floor, but they kind of standing around in packs, bras dancing with broads, and dudes looking, oh, she got a dress on, you know, I got.
Pull a mic up.
My bad. Yeah, it's like, you know, that's not dancing. That's just people standing around on the floor. Everybody on their phone doing this.
Right.
People posing, taking pictures, and maybe sprinkled in there is certain people. I mean, like, really think about that, like, quote unquote.
When was the last time you were in the club?
Shit, last year. Actually, I'm gonna be in there this Friday. Homecoming this Friday, so you'll get to see what people are doing, and it's homecoming.
But that's different. Homecoming is different from going to the club.
But if you go to homecoming and you ain't fucking dancing at homecoming, where do you dance at? In the kitchen?
You don't.
Exactly. Or you dance in your car on the way to work. People chair dance.
People tear down Diddy.
No, Diddy got shit jumping.
No, for the if it wasn't for Bad Boy, the clubs would be fucking dry.
That's true.
What would you have played if Bad Boy didn't exist.
But no.
I never played Bad Boy when I smoked.
Really?
Never.
Come on.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no, I tell you, I played the Flavor in Your Ear remix.
You are the X Factor.
Yeah, I mean that's just me. Like, yo, I'm telling you, when I was out, I was playing a lot of primo beats, a lot of spinner beats. Yeah.
You weren't in clubs where people were dancing. You were in hip hop clubs.
No. I spun a coffee house back in the day, and people would do b-boy battles there. You see?
B-boy battle is different from dancing with a chick.
Yeah, that's true. Not many chicks were dancing when I was on, but they would be in the background, be like, "Damn, who the hell is this?"
And they had big belt buckles and all that shit.
That's right. That's right.
But I'm talking from 90.
Believe it.
What, 95 to shit? Bad Boy had like a 10-year run.
But then, I mean, like since then, like who's carrying that torch? Like every once in a while,
Nobody.
So again, it still brings me back to the argument. I know what you're saying, like it's the producer, but it's more so people. It's some folks, whether it's Mustard or whoever else.
Swiss is probably the only one still making music that you could dance to.
I'll tell
Name
you
a song.
The joint he just did with Lil Wayne.
What's the name of the song?
The joint that sampled Special Delivery.
I'm messing with
Oh. I don't know the name of it.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
oh, Uproar.
It's there, but it ain't. It's like people were dancing before and they would hit the floor because that was their favorite. Ain't nobody doing that nowadays. They'd be like, "Oh, this my shit, girl. Come here, bitch." Like, that's what clubs be. That's what clubs be. Like, I'll fall through 18th Street Lounge on a Wednesday. If they dancing, it's like live music or something like that. Otherwise, and even when they are, it's, "Hey, girl, so and so and so and so," and it's this shit. Ain't nobody leaving out sweating. They just be drunk or whatever, but it ain't from.
It's an energetic salon.
Dancing, yeah. It's not dancing like how it was with us. Like, we used to go and the dancers would dance from the moment they walked in. And I'm talking about, it don't matter what was playing, their motherfucking shirt looked like a baby was hanging from it, and they dancing all night.
I remember going to the Mirage, and DJ Eminem would go from Tribe Called Quest.
You get to go on a trip
to Sugar Hill to Baltimore House, and everybody stayed on the floor.
So do you think, let me ask you this, do you think if you had to DJ a set today using what's on the radio now that you could pack the dance floor?
No. Absolutely not.
Why not? Because it falls within that tempo. If you were to get that type of music, it falls within the tempo. It's the... Because think about it, it's the music of today, and this is what people are playing in their cars, and it's the videos that's got millions of views. Why wouldn't they want to dance to it?
So, because here's the thing. When artists put out a music video, if there's no dancing in the video, people can't imagine dancing to it.
But they not even dancing, period. Meaning, like, when the song drops before the video, they ain't dancing anyway. I was dancing the shit doing the Roger Rabbit before I even saw a video. I mean, you saw who I thought Mike Geronimo was. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, the visual shit ain't shit. It's like that. I wanted to dance back then. People don't really want to dance now. They want, it's cool for posing, like, yeah, the music's on in the background, but I got to make sure I'm out here unless it's my birthday and we out here, we lit and we blah, 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 blah. It comes to the certain chant shit. That's when they get going, but that's like, what, 40 minutes? The rest of that shit is, hey, I'm on my phone. Hey, I'm drinking. What you drinking? And then by the time you get sauced up enough, it's like, oh, let's do this and we're going to dance together. Right. I might, see you over there dancing with a dude. We're going to do whatever. And then we might, never mind. But
if producers, if we are making alternatives to trap music, then...
And it is.
Then don't complain.
No, it is, because I'm
talking about in the club. I'm talking about in the club.
Well, all right. I was at Marvin's
in your car, fine. You can do what you want.
Listen, I was at Marvin's on Saturday, and it was a tall black guy in Bebo, so I wound up getting the video for the joint. He had that motherfucker jumping, but he wasn't playing nothing now because people ain't dancing to nothing now. I wouldn't necessarily say it's because of.
And it's probably the crowd. It's probably the crowd in Marvin.
And they ain't mind getting up. everybody too cool for school now, and it's like, come on, man, no, you not.
I'm gonna tell you, I think what it is that people have been bombarded with the same thing for the past decade, and it's if you see any of these videos that come out, nope, you're right, nobody's dancing. They're doing something else. They're sitting on a car. They're blowing weed smoke. They're smacking some chick's ass. And so when people get to a club, they hear that music that they've been watching videos
or
of.
Eating Waffle House.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're eating Waffle House. You know, see them in the club at Waffle House. I mean, who knows? But like,
What?
Nah. But
Who brings Waffle House into the club?
they got good waffles. I don't know. But look.
Oh shit!
But look, no. So,
I'm missing out.
So like you have that, and you have a whole generation of people that don't know any better, you know, because most people, they don't have an opinion. They'll see all this stuff and they'll say, let's mimic what we see on the imagery, and that's what happens.
Right.
But I'll tell you something else that's interesting too. My man Oso Fresh.
I love Oso Fresh.
Yeah, he's mad cool, Bobby. He did a gig recently. He put online where he was doing something for the University of Maryland alumni, and I forget what the name of the club was.
It was the hip hop ball.
There you go. And
Yeah.
I saw a class band there when they did a reunion. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But all those people in there were off the hook.
They were jamming.
Yeah.
They were jamming.
But they were older heads.
Yes.
They knew the songs. And crazy enough, the clip that he showed, they're playing Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear. That'll be a hit forever.
I saw the clip. They were playing Outkast.
But that's
Outkast.
kind of lending to my argument, because the music now, quote unquote, ain't for us to dance, because it's not for us. But even with the younger kids, they not dancing. Like, think about it. I ain't trying to be funny, but if you went, you know, you could dance before with whoever. You meet a chick at the club, and it's kind of universal. If she bust out and hit Shaka Zulu, you be right with her. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Where now, you not doing that for a whole song, so you might do it, and it's oh shit, like. They do something together or do whatever the shit is, and then they run off and they laugh about it. That's really what dancing is. It's like a individual thing. It's not communal.
Dancing is, you're absolutely right.
It's a showcase thing now.
Dancing is an individual thing, especially when they do that with the legs, shit
yeah,
like
it's
that.
so it's like
what the fuck?
It builds a crowd, but it might as well be a street performer, because
Right.
it's showcasing that particular person at that time that takes that stage, but they're not dancing together.
Yo.
You get what I'm saying? That's what I mean by they don't dance.
The worst moment of dancing is when you hop onto a New York City subway and somebody yells out Showtime.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yo.
I love it.
You got to stand back and get kicked in the face.
Yo, I saw somebody fall one day.
I saw somebody do a head spin on a New York subway one time. It was like 5 B-boys. One of them doing a head spin, the other one, I mean, they were doing moves you shouldn't be able to do.
I've seen some of them joints go wrong.
Yo.
Like a baby gets kicked in the head.
Around,
Yo, if somebody yells Showtime and you're on the New York City subway, just move out the way.
That A going to Far Rock and any of the number trains going to the Bronx, you're going to get that.
I love it. I just wish they would give me like a 5 count first, so I can clear.
No,
dude.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Well, once you hit Showtime, you got 2
get
seconds.
this. You get this.
Right.
If you don't see this shit, you're done for. Yep. And it's a wrap. Yep.
You might get Steven Seagal real quick.
And they're gonna figure out how to put their foot around the
Around the pole.
Yeah.
Pause.
Spin around and shit and be hung up there, and the Air Force Ones be like this.
I love that. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's great
From a
to see.
performing arts background, I love seeing.
Then they come around and
street
you
performance.
be sitting in your seat and they put the hat in your face like this, and it's like, damn, like you ain't have to put it on my chin and shit.
So you want me to pay you for kicking me in the chest?
Pause. The hat.
I'm not paying you
You
for
edit that
almost
out.
swinging on me on accident.
Right.
It's not happening, Jack.
What music did you grow up listening to?
Classic rock of the
Like the Eagles,
like that sort of crap.
Creedence.
Yeah. Through the
That's not crap.
70s, 80s,
Dan
90s,
Fogelberg.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I
What
listen to a lot of classical music also.
what made you gravitate to hip hop?
I don't really know. It's like it would just.
It's a real answer.
Friends would have it's like, hey, you know, they'd be listening to, you know, like one bit from PM Dawn or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and it's like but the beats in that would catch my attention, or when MF Doom started appearing on Cartoon Network.
Okay. A little bit better. You're getting better.
But
PM Dawn was the least hip hop.
but like the beats in that would catch my attention.
Right. I got you.
So I'd start to seek that out, and that was really it.
Good.
Do you own any hip hop albums?
Not one.
Okay. That's cool. That you got Pandora. What's the number one station on your Pandora?
My well curated MF Doom station.
Really?
Yep.
Word.
It's like the beat tape project, that 98 track beat tape project. I have that.
Oh, Special Herbs. Yeah.
I
Oh shit.
and that's my keeping me inspired, paying attention while I'm.
You
moving
paint
through the
to
world.
MF Doom?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
Vicious.
I do metalwork to like that's my studio music.
you know it would be tight. Have you ever painted a MF Doom portrait?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Try again.
I'll see if I can.
try again.
I'll see if I can dig it up.
Oh,
I really
yes.
want to do it with metal, an actual metal mask.
That
Like
would be
do
dope.
the portrait and then have a nice slightly raised relief metal mask.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that's vicious.
Super dope.
Fabricated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did I'll see if I can dig it up, send it to you. I did a portrait of him, just kind of like a Dark City background,
All right, peace. Well, I guess I'm
holding
gonna
a skull or
be
something
outta
like
here.
that.
We still talking, but yeah, we live.
Your joint died?
Nah, I was just saying there's 8 remaining, so yeah.
Oh.
Peace, y'all. I guess we ain't live no more.
Oh.
Black Mav and all that shit.
Yeah, so like I did a portrait of him holding a skull or something or something like that, just in one of his Cosby sweaters,
Right.
and it was awful.
In a Cosby sweater.
Yeah, because like there's a couple of
Oh,
times
shit.
he'll rap about the dude in the Cosby sweater. He's making fun of himself.
Right.
And so I just found some like ugly Argyle sweater and painted that on there.
Nice.
I'll see if I can't dig it up. But I painted over it
Oh,
because
86
it was just painting people isn't a strength of mine.
Right.
I need to practice at that, get better. But yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay. All right, so how do we want to end this? We want to end this with, what projects we got coming and what's going on. We'll start with Bob.
Aside from the gallery show, my next 2 projects are a metal sculpture of a pangolin, which is an endangered animal, needs a lot of help.
A what?
Pangolin. You know what an armadillo is, right?
Yes.
So imagine an armadillo with dragon scales.
Damn.
Pangolin is the only scaled mammal.
It's a mammal.
It's a mammal. It is the most highly trafficked mammal in the world. It's having a lot of trouble. There's a few different species of it, but I want to make and they're about the size of a medium dog, if you want to think for
Damn.
size.
That's scary.
Like shit.
They're anteaters, but they're scaly.
Okay.
So they're harmless to
Humans.
anybody. But I'm trying to do a sculpture to raise money to them. I'm working with the Chicago Zoo, hopefully Chicago Zoo.
Go.
You getting a grant from them to do it?
No, I'm gonna make it. They're part of a pangolin network for like fundraising.
Okay.
So they have like a yearly gala thing. So they're gonna auction it at the gala.
Okay.
None of this is official yet. We're still
Good luck.
talking.
Yeah,
So that'd be nice.
good luck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Professor.
Yo, I don't have any projects right now, but every Friday night I'm doing this beat showcase, Joe's Record Paradise in Silver Spring, 7 p.m. All producers who got beats come through and play them.
And buy some records.
Definitely buy some records. I'm telling you, record stores stay open by you buying records and different types of merchandise. All y'all out
Exactly.
there say you dig and don't spend any money, you're the reason why stores are shutting down. It's for real. So
Blaming you.
That's
fuckers.
right. So yeah, spend the money, and I got a Bandcamp page, Professor M-MD Bandcamp.com. Got joints up there, and just trying to meet MCs who want to spend some money and not get free beats. So
Word.
that's what it is.
Damn.
Mav.
What he said. No.
Co-sign.
You're right. Black Mav on all social media, BLACMAV is the moniker. Projects on the way. Cease and desist with Diggerhertz out of Memphis, Tennessee. We're in the last stages of that with pretty much mixing, getting ready to go to mastering and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I'm still in the process of creating / writing for my own project Forest from the Trees. And that should, I ain't gonna put a time limit on it. It just needs to happen when it happens, and when it will, I'll get the features that I want to get and make sure that I actually go through and promote it and get this shit barcoded and actually get it on some sites. Something else too, the Nat Black project, we're adding a couple of songs to the EP that we did, and we're shooting another video too. So that should be coming soon.
Thanks for getting at me to shoot a video.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Thank you.
Hey, man, we'll talk shit. But no other projects outside of that, but I am looking to work with other artists and possibly work with artist development. So if you you got ideas, you got poems in your book, you can't really do nothing with them, and you're really serious, hit me up, and we can talk and see what's what. That's it.
I don't have shit going on but pod blocks.
Shit, he lying.
Big up.
This is amazing.
Go to podblocks.com. Schedule a time to do podcast. Doesn't have to be video. It can just be audio. We're doing we're doing both. But yeah, Hyattsville, Maryland, New Hampshire Avenue. We're here. We good?
Shout to Scratch Magazine Fridays. Shout to E-Digging.
Oh yeah,
need we keep going? Dirty Avenue Clothing. Need we keep going?
This Friday we're gonna have Solograph playing beats on the show. If you don't remember Solograph, go to my YouTube page. 15 years ago, I interviewed Solograph.
Wow.
He was like one of my very first Behind the Beats. He might have been my first Behind the Beats interview.
Wow.
Check out Solograph. He has a new project coming out. Be here Friday, broadcasting live. Peace.
Wow.
Word.
Yeah.
Word?
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to start working on a beat tape sometime soon. Just get the stuff together.
And you say you got stuff on your Bandcamp?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to catch you on a Friday.
Yeah, come through, man.
Just get get the missus to run interference with the run rap.
Yeah,
That'd
man.
be my hardest part with getting out.
Word.
Like trying to finagle that with her. So
Okay.
you know. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for that.
Yeah,
Like shit.
that's all it is, man. Just hearing beats, hearing beats, buying records. That's
And
all
when
it is.
you have your joint, do MCs come through, or it's kind of a mixture?
See, I wanted to discourage people from doing that because the first one I did, these MCs came through.
They was super whack.
They sound like they put a microphone to their ass, like and open beats. And even the owner was like, "Hey yo, man, don't be having people like that come in here." Because one dude was like singing, he kind of sounded like a dog being choked out, and like it was crazy. And so like that at that point, I was like, you know what? Every time you hear beat makers do things, there's always an open mic or there's like a b-boy battle or something. It's like no, I'm about the beats. People come through,
But
if
that's
they got, you know what I mean?
So, but it's a record store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
You ever
sell-
been to Joe's?
Oh man,
You're in for a treat.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gym.
What's the other guy with the bush that works there?
Oh, Gabe, that's my man's.
Yo, tell
you
Gabe
feature-
he got to come through here.
Do you
Word?
feature
Yeah.
producers?
Oh, he'll be happy.
Tell Gabe he got to come through here.
Do you feature producers?
Nobody will come through. Everybody's like,
Hill Prop came through, played beats.
Yeah.
Remember, you ain't see the video that I did
yeah. I mean, people came through
Because
for about a month.
it's really not a space for people that do production. But at the end of the day, like, we support our own shit.
Yo, let me tell you, I can't tell you how many people sell Wolf tickets in the city. They'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yo, son. Hey, yo, man. Oh, you do the beat thing? Yo, word up, man. I'm going to be there this Friday. That's 6 months ago. I haven't
But
seen
then
dudes since.
they go to the club to go dance / take pictures.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly. It gets on my freaking nerves. It's like, yo, man, like, don't tell me. Like, if I tell you I'm going to do something, you can put money on that I'm going to do it. You know, it's like,
Yo, we were probably in the same places.
yeah, I bet.
I was at Soul Camp too. I was
Yeah.
there with Smith when Black Moon came.
Ooh, wow. See, I never like Soul Camp. I actually got it on a fake ID a couple times. So like I was there when Dirty Hands and there was another dude who used to spin with.
The Asian cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They be on. I must have went in there like